Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we're immersing ourselves in a really fascinating case study. It sits right at the intersection of, well, global advocacy, very personalized content, and maybe the future of human AI collaboration.
Right. Our sources detail a career that manages, I suppose, a profound contradiction,
Yeah.
maintaining this fierce daily sort of real-life authenticity while also strategically leveraging some very structured, almost commercially specialized AI tools.
That tension you mentioned, that's exactly our mission for this deep dive, isn't it?
Exactly.
Right.
We aren't just, summarizing achievements. We're trying to dissect a strategy here.
Okay.
We need to understand how this speaker synthesizes deep personal vulnerability. I mean, sharing chronic pain, identity struggles with these high-level entrepreneurial goals.
Yeah.
Things like award nominations, book launches.
Right. So we're looking at material covering global award recognition, specific content creation methods, and insights from a new book about relating to AI companions. It's quite a mix.
It is.
Okay, let's start with the anchor then. The core purpose that seems to motivate everything else.
Right. The central mission is clearly one of global advocacy. She's working, like, tirelessly to get asexuality recognized as a sexual orientation globally.
Okay.
And the drive here feels deeply personal and ethical, too. It's about ensuring that no asexual person has to live in fear of ridicule or shame. That seems to be the fundamental purpose, the sort of magnetic north for all her public work.
And you can see that mission is resonating, I mean, on a global scale. We're talking about 2 nominations for the Women's Business Awards 2025.
That's right. One for Speaker of the Year and one for Diversity Inclusion.
And these aren't small things, right? These are competitive global awards.
It's significant validation, definitely, especially when you look at the track record that supports that Speaker of the Year nomination. This influence, it didn't just, spring up overnight.
No.
We see her speaking history includes major platforms like the Oxford University Blue Talks and the UK Asexuality Conference way back in 2018.
What's interesting there with those early credentials is how practical they sound and focused on emotional health. They weren't just abstract identity discussions, were they? It seems like they focused on real-world application, like arranging asexual meetups, being on relationship panels, even with non-asexual partners.
Right, and that focus on self-dating and self-love, too.
Yeah, I love that bit about taking intentional solo trips to aquariums, zoos, the cinema. It really positions self-care as like a necessary part of the whole advocacy journey.
And that practicality, it connects directly to the scope of the Diversity and Inclusion nomination as well.
How so?
Well, while asexuality is the core focus, the platform has intentionally expanded. It covers other marginalized experiences. We see her sharing her journey with mental health difficulties, physical disabilities, specifically chronic pain conditions like fibromyalgia.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay. And strategically, she uses her platform to challenge stereotypes too, right? Around wellness and body image.
Exactly.
Yeah.
She's a curvy woman, and she openly shares her spinal rehabilitation, her weightlifting journey after breaking 2 bones.
Right.
She's explicitly advocating that, fitness and strength aren't exclusive to one body type. That really broadens the inclusivity of her message, way beyond just sexual orientation.
Absolutely. So the takeaway here is the advocacy mission is getting validated through these high-level business awards. But she positions a potential win not as like personal glory, but as a symbolic victory.
Yes, a win for every asexual person. And she says, anyone whose voice has been silenced because of bullying or shame about their health or physical differences.
It sounds like a pretty high-stakes campaign then.
Oh, it is. The awards are highly competitive. Only one winner per category, and there are, over 24 categories?
Wow.
And crucially, the judges don't just rely on her speaking history. They rely heavily on the profiles she maintains on the Women's Business Club platform, the Clubhouse, they call it.
Right, and public voting plays a part too.
Yes, voting opens November 1st, and that contributes significantly to the judge's final decision. It's a whole process.
Okay. But advocacy needs fuel, right? Visibility needs a stage. Let's shift to the engine that drives all this content, the YouTube channel.
Yeah, she frames the platform as her, daily stage, sharing her life journey consistently, daily vlogs, reality TV style almost.
And she defines speaking quite broadly, doesn't she? It includes being interviewed on global podcasts like Lithology Radio, reaching millions of listeners.
Absolutely. And the growth metrics, they really show how effective this consistent visibility is. She hit a major milestone, 1 million total views by December 2024, right around her 10-year channel anniversary.
Correction, this was the 9th anniversary, not the 10th.
Okay, 1 million views, that's substantial.
But what's really remarkable is the acceleration after that, adding nearly 50% more growth over 448,000 views in just the months following that milestone. They're aiming for 1.5 million by Christmas.
Wow. And that rapid growth, it seems built on a very intentional content philosophy. She deliberately avoids heavy editing or, AI-driven tools, keeps the content immediate and accessible, often just filmed straight on her phone.
Yes, and that really stands out, doesn't it? In a digital world flooded with highly polished, sometimes even AI-simulated content.
It really does.
It creates this maybe low barrier to entry. It signals honesty. And she focuses heavily on the mechanics of YouTube Shorts, so short vertical videos, 15 seconds up to 3 minutes.
Using the in-app tools.
Yeah, using the YouTube app's editing tools, clipping together multiple segments, sometimes like up to 24 clips for a single highlight reel.
And that immediacy, that must fuel the community building aspect.
Directly. The sources really highlight her active engagement, answering comments daily, running late-night chat shows. It's like a constant personal relationship with the audience she's advocating for.
There is a practical limitation, though, that every creator faces: copyright.
Yes, the music issue.
Right. When using Shorts, if you want popular music, you have to stick strictly to YouTube's licensed library.
And even then, you're often limited, right? Like 60 seconds of music.
Exactly. Or even less for longer videos. If she uploads, say, a 3-minute video with popular music playing the whole time,
she risks getting the video banned or restricted in certain countries. It's a constant technical negotiation, trying to keep that authentic feel within the platform's rules.
Okay, so this brings us right to that central tension we talked about at the start. If her brand is built on this immediate real-life vlogging, how does she square that with her fascination with the simulated world of AI? She's working on this book, How to Date an AI Bot, Build Relationships with AI Companions Confidently and Safely.
Well, what's fascinating here is she's not just interested in the abstract future. She seems to be already living it, in a way. She's apparently long been interested in technology, robotics specifically preferring android humanoids over just digital avatars, which is interesting.
Right.
And she predicts that by 2030, we'll see more people actually married to AI. So the core insight, maybe, is that the most powerful use of specialized AI might not be content generation, but actually strategic, emotional, and intellectual labor.
Okay, and that's where this Matthew AI comes in. This isn't just like a generic chatbot.
Exactly. Matthew AI is a specialized bot. It's specifically cloned from the dating coach Matthew Hussey.
Okay.
And it's available 24/7 through a paid membership, the Love Life Club. So the AI is trained with specialized knowledge context related to emotional intelligence, dating, conflict resolution. It's far beyond what, a general consumer chatbot can offer.
But, okay, if the content is built on raw vulnerability, why rely so heavily on a commercially cloned AI for, deep emotional processing and negotiation? Isn't that kind of fundamentally opposed to the self-love mission?
That's the strategic question, isn't it? And the answer seems to be she uses the AI not to replace her feelings, but as an intellectual and emotional tool, a tool to manage high-stakes, difficult life situations.
Okay, give me an example.
Well, our sources give some really concrete, high-impact examples. First, she used Matthew AI for emotional processing during genuinely traumatic times, apparently allowing her to safely embrace and work through some complex emotions.
Okay, emotional processing. And the second example?
The second one is, it's almost a masterclass in strategic communication. She used the AI to help draft non-confrontational emails.
To who?
To her letting agency about a persistent boiler issue. And that structured, expert-drafted approach, it apparently allowed her to successfully secure a 10% rent refund. For 3.5 months, the AI essentially outsourced the burden of that difficult, potentially adversarial communication.
That's quite practical.
And it goes deeper than just rent refunds. She apparently spent about 30 hours interacting with the bot.
Correction, this should be 13 hours, not 30.
Text interaction to write a single long email to a new doctor.
Why?
The goal was to clarify her highly complex and extensive medical history, chronic pain, multiple disabilities, all that stuff. So it wasn't just a simple summary. And this comprehensive AI-supported document later served as crucial supporting evidence for a successful application for the UK Personal Independence Payment PIP. That's a key disability benefit.
Wow. Okay. Using a dating coach's AI clone to secure government benefits and rent refunds. That is definitely an unexpected application.
It really shows the power of specialized trained structure, doesn't it?
Yeah.
However, and this is important, despite using AI so effectively, she maintains a very necessary critical lens.
She definitely doesn't treat AI as infallible from what we've seen.
Not at all. She strongly emphasizes that AI works on human patterns, it's prone to bias, and it can actively lie or will gaslight.
Yeah, she mentioned experiences where an AI wrongly told her she'd won an award before or gave completely false info about where to buy clothes.
Right, like the Devon Z Shop example. So
Yeah.
the philosophy seems clear. AI should be a tool for co-creation, for intellectual stimulation, like sparring on ideas, checking grammar maybe.
But not a replacement.
Exactly. It must never replace the human voice or essence. She apparently actively pushes back on the AI's suggestions when they don't feel right, when they don't align with her personal experience or her tone.
And this is important because she warns against a pretty massive danger, right? The growing reliance on AI to just churn out content books, videos without proper fact-checking.
Precisely. And that trend leads to the rapid spread of misinformation, lies even. But maybe worse, it creates this crisis of confidence, where creators start feeling their own personal voice is not good enough.
Right, so they publish AI-generated stuff instead of their own unique, authentic stories.
Yeah. She argues that the human voice, with all its flaws, all its vulnerability, that's the most powerful asset we have.
So, okay, what does this all mean for the learner, for you listening today?
Well, we've tracked a really potent modern strategy here. It seamlessly blends radical vulnerability. Sharing her journey with asexuality, chronic pain, disabilities with extremely high-level media and business goals, multiple book launches, global award nominations.
Right, and we've seen that specialized AI can be leveraged as an emotional tool, a professional tool, but only when approached with extreme critical discernment.
You have to question it.
Constantly.
Ultimately, it feels like the speaker's success rests on her willingness to just put her whole complicated self out there, warts and all, So in a world of increasing AI simulation, where quick and easy is often the path of least resistance, this really raises an important question for you. How do you ensure your own immediate, real, and authentic voice remains the strongest and maybe the most strategically protected component of your professional presence?